This is Joe Wayne with the ACP 313. The Anti-COINTELPRO show is back to throw, a little bit of salt in your groove today. That's right, I'm throwing a monkey wrench in your financial game plan. Well, actually, I'm not doing it. I wish I had that power, but I don't. But the Fed does indeed have that power. And today, folks, and the story is coming to us directly from Breitbart.com. Or yesterday, rather, late Wednesday afternoon, the Federal Reserve, they raised the interest rates a quarter of a point. The Federal Reserve announced Wednesday afternoon, less than a week before Christmas, that the Fed will raise interest rates a quarter of a point from 2.25% to 2.50%. Yeah, which, let's be honest, folks, we had a down day yesterday. Hell, we've already lost all of the gains that we gained in 2018. But the Fed seems to think that our economic situation is in recovery, right? No. Yesterday, we were down a whopping 351 points. Yeah, so after we are down another 351 points to take the market to 323.66. Let me go ahead and read that number to you again. 323.66. If those aren't some synchronistic symbolic numbers, then I don't know what numbers are synchronistic and symbolic. Just read those numbers. And they are down. And again, on Thursday, which is today, the day you're listening to me, they're going to be down again. Are they going to be down? Get ready for the for the market to be down again, another 500 to 800 points. Just my guess, folks, and I'm not a financial expert, so don't take any financial advice from me. I'm just giving you my opinion, and that plus around $3 will get you a cold cup of Starbucks coffee or a warm cup, whatever you're into. But one thing you're not going to be doing, you're not going to be cheering the Fed. Information received since the Federal Open Market Committee met in November indicates that the labor market has continued to strengthen. Really? The labor market. That's hilarious. Now, you see, he mentions the labor market and doesn't say anything about the stock market. Moving on. And that the economic activity has been rising at a strong rate. The Federal Reserve said in a statement issued at 2 p.m. Eastern, job gains have been strong on average in recent months, and the unemployment rate has remained low, the Fed noted. Household spending has continued to grow strongly, while growth of business fixed investments has moderated from its rapid pace earlier in the year. Well, I can tell you, folks, that the job market has not strengthened for me or anybody in my field, any of my colleagues in the conservative commentator field. We've all lost our jobs. We've all been deplatformed. We've all been censored and silenced. We've been gagged because we have the wrong opinion. Not only have we been put in the timeout box, we've had that box slammed down on us and squish our employment hopes for 2018 and the next few years going forward unless we reverse this madness. And that's what it is, the madness of the left trying to silence the right. It's madness. Hey, guess what, left? I don't know if you really know this, but you can't get along without the opposition of the right. If everyone agrees, right? If everyone agrees about everything, then what are you fighting for? Well, I mean, come on. How are you going to get votes, Democrats, if you can't put fear into people anymore because we all get along and we all agree? You can't. We have to have an oppositional planet. Okay? We have to oppose each other. We have to challenge each other, because if we don't challenge each other, folks, none of us get any stronger, get any better, get any smarter. We never grow physically, mentally, or spiritually unless we challenge each other. And we don't challenge each other if we try to put a gag over one side. That's not strength, that's weakness. Moving on. In view of realized and expected labor market conditions and inflation, the committee decided to raise target range from the Federal Reserve rate to 2.25% to 2.5%, the Federal Reserve announced. The Fed indicated the possibility of just 2 rate hikes in 2019. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose leading up to the announcement. Really? Leading up to the announcement, folks, I just showed you the market closed down by 351 points. Okay, that's not a rise, that's a decline. That's not a rise, that is a decline. And the Fed just can't wait to destroy the Trump economy, no matter what you think about it, folks. By the middle of the year, the stock market was humming, right? By the middle of the year, and that's 2018, before all the censorship. That's before August, before they started deplatforming all of their opposition. That's before the Fed started throwing a monkey wrench in the economy. You can't, take somebody off of heroin and expect they're not going to have withdrawals. And the heroin of free money, that's zero interest rates, since 2007, that heroin will have a national withdrawal of our economy. Anything productive, any of the metrics that are making Trump look good, they're going to destroy to make him look bad. Now, when you go and target a single solitary individual and disregard the positive metrics that are right in front of your face that this individual is causing, then you're suicidal. You're taking a gun, you're spinning the chamber, and then you're pulling the trigger, and hoping to God you're not about to blow your brains out, as all of the leftist censors continue to blow their brains out, continue to act out emotionally. Has not one bit of objective thought goes into their attacks. No, it's all subjective emotional outrage. And it's not just outrage that they organically have. No. They're being wound up by the DNC. They're being wound up by the globalists, by the Zionists, by the leftists, right? I mean, they're being wound up, and then they're just watching them go, not caring who or what is destroyed in the process. Now, unfortunately, since the Fed chairman, who may not be the Fed chairman very much longer, he should have done what he said he was going to do last week, right? Where he gave a speech, and that's what gave the stock market a little bit of a rise, right? The last couple of days. Last week, he gave a speech at the FOMC, and he basically pretended that he was going to not raise the interest rates. And what does he do? Of course, they raise the interest rates. We knew this is coming because, again, this is all about Trump. Has not one thing to do about the country and everything to do about Trump and their control of all of the financial mechanisms that make this country and this world work. So they're taking everything and they're going to set this world on fire because they're mad because Trump took away their gravy train of lies and manipulation. And one more thing before we go, folks. Since we're talking about manipulation, or since I'm talking about manipulation, what's going on with the metals market? What's going on with the metals market? Typically, for as long as I can remember, and I'm 53 years old, typically, this is the way things have always worked. When the dollar goes up, metals go down. When the dollar goes down, metals go up. And that's because precious metals are a tangible safe haven, right? They're a place to store, your wealth. If you have coins, they're a portable place to store your wealth you can take with you. They're your own private central bank, so to speak. Okay? So, for some reason, all of a sudden, the metals are moving with the dollar rather than against the dollar. That is manipulation like I've never seen. That is manipulations of the metals market like I have never seen before in my life. I mean, it just turns everything that we know or that we thought we knew on its head. Hopefully, the metals market will correct when all of these manipulators start to do perp walks. Still waiting on that. I mean, we've been hearing about Trump and the indictment, still waiting on that. We've been hearing from Q. We've been hearing from Q. We've been seeing all of the people with all of the thousands and millions of views all about Q and what this faceless, nameless entity says. They hang on every word and they pass it around like he's ever been right about anything. Still waiting on those indictments, Q. Until I see the indictments and until I see the perp walks, I'm going to keep saying that, I don't believe anything this Q individual says. You may, but I don't. I'm the individual that trust but verify. And if I can't verify, that I don't trust. That being said, this is Joe Wayne with the ACP 313, the Anti-COINTELPRO Show, and the unverified guy, that lives in the unverified nation. We don't care about your CIA social clubs. We don't care about your blue and red checkmark clubs. You can keep your check marks and your verification because we are unverified and we live in the unverified nation. And with that being said, this is Joe Wayne with all the aforementioned. Good day and good luck.